back. We're Freefallin. This is Freefallin by Tom Petty. So this is a great song for beginners, people that want to work on their strumming, or anybody rocking around the campfire with your electric guitar, apparently. Anyway, so 3 chords. You should know them. Your G, your D, your G, and actually the 4-fingered version of G, where your pinky and your 3rd finger are right up top on the top 2 strings, and an A. Also very important is this clampy thing called a capo. So you're going to want one of these to play along with the song. If not, that's okay. You don't have to do it that way. You can play just down here in the open position with your D, your G, and your A as well. But to keep it in tune with the song, you're going to want a capo. So I'm going to clamp my capo here. Also, ringing non-paid as of now endorsement. Planet Waves Dual Action Capo is an awesome capo. Much better than the cheap ones that you can get where they just clamp. It's kind of, the pressure is what it is, where this has a spring and you can actually adjust the tension, which is very nice depending on your guitar, because some guitars have very low string tension. And if you have the traditional ones that are just very, very vice grip style, they can actually sharp the strings. So this is nice. You can adjust it. It's very cool design. Thank you, Planet Waves. So, here's what we're going to do. It starts on a D chord. So be familiar with these 3 chords. They're all in the open chords section of walkerguitar.com. And also you can get this lesson document printed out at walkerguitar.com for free as well. So go check it out. Your D chord here, 4-string chords the traditional way. And then you're going to switch to a G. And your 3rd finger is a nice pivot because you're actually on the exact same note on the same string, so you don't even have to move. So it's just a G. That's the move. And then you're going to do G again, D again, and then scoot to A. And that's how he intros the song. So you want to get used to that first before you start strumming. So this is D, G, to A. So D, G, G, D, A. Okay? Now, as you start putting this together, you're going to want to have a little bit of rhythm. So the rules of rhythm apply still, where you're strumming and you're keeping it loose. So no matter what, your hand is on a grid. It doesn't stop no matter what. Now, whenever you hear that chord, or in context of the song that chord rings, you got to hit it with whatever it is, if it's an up or down. I mean a down or an up. So no matter what, your hand can't stop moving though. So it's going to start to look like so they're all coincidentally downs right now. All the hard moves. I mean the chord moves or whatever. You want to see about trying to get that feel in there. Now the actual rhythm to the song is this. So the rhythm in itself is tricky. You're going to want to isolate this without even using a chord, just putting the weight of your fingers over the strings, to where it's just that, just a bunch of dead strings, and just be able to go through with the swing and be able to imitate the rhythm. Now it doesn't have to be perfect, but it would be nice to train off of this template that I have on the document here. Like all things, once you have good strumming ability, you will change some things on your own and you'll make it feel good for you. But for right now, you want to be able to try to emulate this as best you can, and you want to make sure that as you're changing chords that you're still changing at the right times. So everything's still moving on downbeat, but certain pieces are actually a little, there's more emphasis to them because the chords are moving. I'm hitting harder where the chords are changing. It's just something that, I don't know, to me it feels right, you know? And that's not something you need to add immediately, but what I'm trying to say is that you want to open this up to where you can allow some feeling to come into your strumming while still abiding by these principles where you're down, up, down, up, down, up. No matter what, you're on this grid of moving consistently. You don't want to do this where you go, where it's stiff and it's not articulated well and it just doesn't feel comfortable. You want to be able to let your hand just move through here and go with it. So that's the long-term goal. Now that's the entire song of Freefallin' minus the there's an electric guitar part in there which is kind of hit, but I'm leaving it out because I want this just to be nice campfire, simple you know, application of 3 great chords and some feeling, and just add a lot of feeling to it too. So anyway, here one more time with the rhythm. It sounds like this, and I'll go slower. So 1, 3, 4. So D, G, G, D, A. Still this. Is that all the in-between stuff will happen as long as you can get that rhythm, that sense of time. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Don't think about too much of what the downs and the ups are. Just take that little piece of video and just loop it over and over and over and try to play along and try to emulate that, and make sure above all that you have a swing in your wrist and that you're moving at the chords at the right times. And that's how you're going to learn the fastest. So I hope you enjoyed Freefallin' by Tom Petty. Feel free to send your request to walkerguitar.com. Don't forget to subscribe and get on the email list and have access to the forum and the other resources there. And I will see you guys soon. So take care.